This morning, I'll be giving us a story of how I got my recent employment. You see, office politics is not just about playing a game of manipulation. I tell people office politics is not manipulation. Office politics is learning human nature and growing with it. You see, no matter what we say, we can never outplay or outmaneuver human nature. We're all humans. I say in my post every time that humans, not systems, create promotions. Human, not system, promote us. Humans, not system, make us move from one level in our job to another. My recent employment was given to me by a colleague of mine. We were in different financial institutions, but there was an opening in his own institution. And this opening required that I will come in to be a subordinate to him. But as he stood at the time, I was a colleague to him. We were both in the same cadre in management. And I thought about it. This new employment would mean a higher grade for me. It would mean a higher pay for me, even though I'll be working under a colleague of mine. I thought about it and I said, well, it doesn't matter to me. I understand office politics. I know how to grow in any organization. I can work with virtually anybody. It happened that we were two that were recommended by the same person to that organization. And we both did not want to leave our current place of location. We both wanted to stay in that same location. And as a matter of fact, we were recommended by the same person. And only one person could be in that location. The other has to leave that location to another location to work for the same organization. Right? And then I employed my office politics skills. Immediately, we applied and I discovered that we were two and one person had to leave the location. I didn't want to leave. The other fellow didn't want to leave. I immediately employed the skills I'm teaching you today. I immediately employed office politics. I brought myself down immediately and started addressing him as sir. From the very moment we were not yet employed, we were just undergoing the employment process. We were still undergoing the recruitment process. And I started calling him sir. I started calling to check up after the office. When I closed for my own job at the time, I would call him and say, how's office today? How's everything? And finally, the time to pick came. I was in no doubt that I would be picked. Why? Because I know what I had done behind the scene. May I say that that other person was closer to this colleague of mine. They lived in the same place before. They were in the same compound. They were friends even before. He met me just as a colleague. But I was the one that finally was chosen to be in that location. Because I knew that humans, not systems, humans, not job description. May I dare to say that that other fellow maybe was well qualified or more qualified than I was. And again, this fellow knew my current boss far earlier than I ever knew him. Yet, I was the one that was picked. This is because I understood office politics. If you want to grow, you have to get it that humans make your promotion. Humans determine your promotion. That promotion list you are waiting for, it's a human being that is going to list the people there. And that human being most of the time is not even in your location. So the only person that will recommend you is your boss. So you have to understand how to deal with your boss. I tell people all the time, indeed, your boss is your God in the office. A lot of people don't like hearing it. And that is why a lot of people don't grow. But do you want to grow? And you are not as smart as you think you are. You are not the smartest person in the office. You are not superly intelligent. You are not superly smart. And then I think this route is for you. Understand office politics. Play the game. Do not be manipulative. And I see you growing far beyond you ever imagined. Thank you.